Welcome to Hold My Coffee with Brandy,
Candace, and Ruth, an all-in-one production. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Hold My Coffee. Ruth is really trying to bite my hosting gig again. How's everyone?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
That was enthusiastic.
Oh.
We have a guest again today.
We do.
Today we are talking to Melanie Watts. She is the co-owner of Mainland Whiskey.
Woo.
Woo! So she's my boss and my friend.
You gotta behave. This
Nah,
might get fired.
she's a super cool boss.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we know each other from somewhere else, so not necessarily work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you guys have similar tattoos, like the paint can.
Yeah, so me and Melanie did a mural together
Mm-hmm.
on Marine Drive in White Rock
Yes.
because we used to work together at the Arts Council of South Surrey White Rock. That's where we met. I was taking pottery and Melanie worked in the window, and I was like, "You're so cool. Can we be friends?" I basically asked you out, right?
Mm-hmm. But I hired you to make me a cake first.
Oh yeah, I made a cake for.
That was my first move. I'll hire her to do something for me.
We were courting each other, and we didn't even know it.
Yeah, we definitely were. But that mural, that was an indie gig. You and I got that kind of just on our own, right?
Okay.
You
Yeah.
guys are too cool for me. I can't be in your presence right now.
And we photographed our friends, a whole family.
Yes.
And we commemorated them on a wall.
Yeah, we sent in a proposal. Anyway, we'll talk later about how you can actually get gigs being an artist, but we sent in a proposal and we got chosen, and so we got to paint a mural in 2018.
I have no idea.
It
That
was
sounds
recently,
about right.
wasn't it? Yeah, it was quite
It was a couple
recent.
years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah,
I knew you then, so
you did.
yeah, I did.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And you know, they said this mural might not be here in a few years because the building might get torn down.
Oh,
But it's
yeah.
still there.
Nice.
Yeah, what did
No
they say?
one
5
thought it.
years? 5 years? So
We were like, that's great.
if
Yeah.
you see a really
Rip it
weird
down.
mural by the Boathouse on Marine Drive in White Rock, that's me and Melanie. So exciting.
That is so cool.
Yeah, so like I said, she's co-owner of Mainland Whiskey. So how did Mainland Whiskey happen? You and your husband?
Yeah, so kind of a several year journey. I feel like ever since we met each other, that was kind of like the start of our collaboration. So we had like a few small businesses that we did earlier on. Learned so much, made so many mistakes, and then I feel like it was all kind of rehearsal for this, where we were ready. I can remember for me, the first time I knew that he knew how to make whiskey, we were living in Vancouver. Hattie was a baby, couldn't sleep, and I remember mashing in our apartment.
Like full liquor production in an apartment.
Well, just testing, honing the skills, and we learned that when you let it ferment, it releases so much CO2.
Oh.
And it made our baby sleep. Was in her closet, and it was like she had the longest nap of her life. And we realized that we shouldn't be doing it in the apartment, because that was a huge indication that something was affecting the air.
Okay.
So we kind of moved it to a garage in Strathcona, and there was lots of tests going on there, and it's been ever since then. So I would say like 5 years, and then we moved out here and just kind of found our community, or we felt like we found our community, and found the investors all here, found our staff, kind of found our way, and liked the idea of opening up in a smaller community. The idea of like being a small fish in a big pond of Vancouver versus trying to be a medium-sized fish in a smaller pond. Like that really appealed to us, allowed us to kind of have the confidence to do it. And
yeah, you have a lot of fans. Like I find that a lot of people who come to Mainland are like super loyal. They come in all the time. Like weave. I pretend it's my business sometimes too.
It's the four of us.
Yeah, it's a really small company. So it's Melanie and Steve, her husband, and then I'm the waitress and Billy's the second distiller. So it's a real small gig.
Yeah.
And Candace has never been there, but Ruth went.
Yeah.
Yeah, you came on Valentine's Day when I wasn't there.
I specifically requested.
I don't want Brandy to be my waitress.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, you really like alcohol too. Do you know how to distill? Have you actually done that?
Actually, fun fact, I don't. But actually, my in-law, my father-in-law, my boyfriend's father, he makes his own alcohol. Like he brews and distills all of his own stuff. And my brother-in-law made his own rum. It's still in the giant carboy.
Nice.
So waiting for that to get Gucci.
I feel like
rum is easy to make.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so amazing. Like we've made rum and it's been very memorable. And I can't drink big rum anymore.
Yeah, but you guys make craft whiskey, so that means everything has to come from BC, right?
Yeah, that's right. So in order to have our craft status, which has like kind of street cred, but also has like tax credits and tax purposes and stuff like that. So we needed to be able to be craft. And so, yeah, if we want to make rum, we got to
Grow sugar
open
cane.
up a sugarcane farm.
Yeah.
Or a greenhouse.
This kind of sounds fun. I would totally do that. Let's do this.
I think
I
you
think
would.
you have the skills.
I think you could
Brandy.
do it.
We
Yeah.
just need
Yeah.
some land.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need land and a greenhouse, and then
Like I said,
could-
a commune.
okay, yeah.
Come on.
Candace
Okay.
was talking about moving to a commune
Okay. Yeah.
When was this?
yesterday.
Yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't
I
there
go
for that.
between like, oh, I love people. I love being around people. I love doing this podcast and meeting new people and talking to people. I love talking. And then sometimes like I flip it and I'm like, I just want to move to like a commune and start like farming and doing
Homeschooling?
and homeschooling and doing all the things that, make me a loner.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I'm
But
like
in commune, you live very closely together
Yes.
with like a very small group
Very
of people.
small
Might be the
people.
pandemic that's making you want to do
Maybe.
because I could see that.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
people moving towards that kind of lifestyle after
Yeah.
living through this.
Oh my God, can we like buy a giant
Can we?
farm for mainland and like have
I mean,
a little
it could be
sugar
like a whiskey cult.
cane? Like we'll have like a sugar cane plantation on there and we'll call it the mainland commune.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be
like
so fun.
goat milk whiskey.
Goat
That
milk
sounds
I don't know.
weird and I would probably drink it.
Yeah, I would too.
Maybe that would just be kefir.
Okay, but I told Steve that my neighbor was moving out and that you guys could rent the house right beside us, and he said no, thank you.
That's a little too close.
He was like,
Okay.
I don't want to live beside you guys.
I
I think
tried
he might
to-
have said the same thing.
Just like, oh, we'll think about it.
So then that means that I have to move in there too.
Yeah, because then everybody would live in that complex.
See, I would love that sort of dynamic.
Yeah.
I would love that sort of dynamic. We shared a house with friends of ours that also had kids, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, it's the village when you don't have a village because you
Yes.
have a single child. Like you only have one, Hattie. She's also 7.
I
Oh,
saw
no
her.
way.
She's so adorable and so sweet and polite.
She's a very grown up little girl.
Aw.
Yeah.
But yeah, like your mom lives in Alberta. So like you don't have that village of people to help you watch kids, which is
Yeah, and like I think the pandemic just like really accelerated that whole thing too, because you kind of have your village, but then your village has its own village, and so yeah, the bubble is tiny.
yeah.
The bubble is tiny, and like we value the time that we get to spend with your kids and stuff like that because
Yeah, she likes the chaos of my house. Sometimes on Sunday she'll come over. I think she probably goes home happy that she doesn't have 4 siblings though.
No,
Yeah,
she never
she
wants to
had
leave. She
help
thinks
me
your house is
eyes.
like that all the time.
She had help me eyes.
Yeah, because I went over on Maddie's birthday, and what did I do? Oh, I was dropping off a plant.
Yeah, she brought me a plant.
Yeah, so I brought you like 2 rose starters and like some freaking tree growing on our patio. Yes. And I'm just like, oh, hi, because I just saw your daughter there, and she just had these like help me eyes. Like she just looks at me, she's like, hello. And I'm like, are you okay? She's like, yeah.
I think she has fun. She likes those kids. But yeah, my house is very chaotic on Sunday. I used to literally do nothing on Sunday, like lay on the couch and Lexi would sit beside me and Maddie would do her own thing. But now we have Billy's kids, Kira and Brecken, are always over. And so there's always something to do. They're playing dress up or they're outside or they're cooking or beating Billy up. Yeah.
Or sacrificing Brecken to some unknown god.
Oh gosh, they really pick on that poor kid. I feel bad for him.
He has
Making up
help
new rap
me
songs.
eyes. He says it out loud.
Yeah, poor kid. Good
My house
stuff.
is always chaotic like that.
Yeah, even
I feel
with
like
two
it's
kids.
a zoo. Oh, my 2 kids will probably outdo your 4. They're crazy. They're absolutely crazy. I'm like, are you zoo animals? Like, are you or are you my children? Because I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, the thing about like when you have one kid, you're always like, I should have another kid so that they play together. My kids don't play together. They do not like
Actually,
each other.
My kids do, but they fight a
Yeah.
lot. But they love each other fiercely.
Mm.
We're pretty lucky though. Like when during the lockdown, they did play together a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What do you find? Like, how do you find the dynamic with just having one? Does she like a lot of attention from you guys? Does she like to play?
No, I mean, it's
with the
all
both of
she
you?
knows. So
Yeah.
I know at the first lockdown, I had like a mental breakdown in my car,
Hmm.
having this incredible guilt of not giving her a sibling. So I got a dog.
Oh yeah.
That's how
Banana.
Banana.
I met
That's how Banana
Banana.
entered the
Aw.
picture.
Banana.
Just to, give her a sense of responsibility, but also just like a bit of a companion.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
I got some mom guilt about that.
Did you guys actively not have a second, or it just didn't happen, or
We actively didn't have a second.
really?
Yeah.
I respect
chosen one
that.
child.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we actively didn't have. We figured the mind frame at the time was we have a certain amount of resources and a certain amount of time, and if we invest all of that into one human instead of dividing it, we could make like a superhuman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the idea at the time. Maybe like 2 years in to Hattie's life, when we made that decision, that seemed like a really wise choice. And when they're tiny, it's an easy choice to make.
Yeah.
You think like, how could I possibly love somebody the same? Like, how could I possibly love
Yeah.
someone equally to that? And
But they don't need you forever. So like you can focus all your attention on a baby, but as they get older, you don't need to do as much.
And it didn't do her, I think, a ton of service to be the circle of our universe until she went to school, because that must have been a really hard awakening for her to be like, oh, wait a minute.
I'm not the most important person in the entire world.
Yeah.
Especially when you
Yeah.
don't have like a very large village either. Like I know for me, we don't really have a very big village as well.
Yeah, your parents live on the island.
Yeah, they do. But we were in Alberta, and so we were even more isolated. And I didn't have, people just dropping by and hanging out with my kids. So like the two of them have been alone a lot together. So I find even that dynamic with them not having a lot of interaction with other kids, it kind of like pits them against the world too. So yeah, it's a little bit different, I think, of a dynamic when you don't have, like, I always had a best friend that I was constantly with all the time. I actually had like a large group of friends that, was a part of my parents' village. And
Yeah,
so we
I
were
don't
always
know
there.
if that's a thing anymore. Like
Yeah.
if kids are like at their friend's house all the time. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just the pandemic or their ages, because my kids are 11 and 7 now. But I remember staying at Michelle's house literally every weekend.
Yeah. Same
All
with my
the time.
best friend. Yeah.
Like she was at my house, or I was at her house, or I was at a friend's house.
Yeah, and I think there's so many factors, but I think a big part is like our parents had normal 9-to-5 jobs. They actually
Yes.
had a weekend. Like
Yeah.
people work all the time now and have like random jobs to do, and
Yeah.
the weekend is not what it used to be.
Well,
Yeah.
especially owning a bar. The weekend is not a thing. And you and Steve work like crazy hours. Like opening a business is fun, but that's a lot of work, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun and it's a lot of work, and it's hopefully, sweat equity for the future. But we totally love what we do. Like coming from like an arts background, this job just kind of ticks all the boxes. Like
Yeah, you get
Like
to be
the-
creative. You guys have a really interesting social media. You do a lot of marketing.
I feel like it's very sciencey too. It's very well rounded. Like there's a certain
is,
chemistry to it, and
there's certain parameters you have to work within, but we're just kind of learning
Yeah, your
even
own
with
boss.
cocktails and with different flavors. Like there's so much opportunity to be creative and to try new things. And yeah.
Yeah,
What
I
else?
definitely think it's a fun job. Yeah, you guys make a lot of interesting whiskeys. So the liqueurs are kind of where you guys go with flavors. There's like orange liqueur, cherry cordial, and coffee liqueur.
Ooh,
They real
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
that sounds delicious.
Yeah. Have you tried it?
No.
Why don't you look under your chair?
What?
Yeah.
Everybody look under your chair.
This is Hold My Coffee Whiskey episode.
Nice. I gotta hide this from my boyfriend.
So Candice, you and Ruth both have coffee whiskey liqueur under your chair. Brandy, this is a different. So Brandy got a jar of drunk cherries.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, I bought her a jar of drunk blueberries.
Oh, yeah. Those were really bad.
And then I was like, "Yeah, I got you a gift," and we just cracked it open right away and just started. And like, yeah, it was
Regret?
not a good. It was not a good purchase.
Everything
So I
else
wanted
you
to
got
make
me
it
at the
up to
farm
you.
market was good, though. I ate the bread. I
bread
had some pasta. But those drunk blueberries, I don't think they put sugar in them.
I don't think they put sugar in them at all.
You need some sugar.
Okay, so this is something that we've been talking about with the gluten-free stuff. So during the distilling process, it takes it out basically.
Yeah,
So it's
so
safe for
there's no science that can prove that gluten can withstand the process of distillation.
Which is interesting.
There and it's tough. There's some vodka companies that are really bang the drum about being gluten free. But you gotta know whether or not that's just kind of a buzzword that's like really effective these days in marketing, or like there's definitely glutinous materials in our manufacturing area. So like the dust of milling malted barley is probably more of like a trigger for like when you're actually drinking the whiskey, because like I said, it can't withstand that process. But we
dust
just
is
tell people
everywhere.
to like, don't drink something you don't feel comfortable drinking. And, if you're going to be worried while you're drinking it, then go get some potato vodka.
Well, maybe Nathan will drink. Does Nathan drink?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gluten free, Candice.
I have celiac disease.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
So it's gluten free by force.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
heard that a lot of spirits are distilled and gluten free, but there can be like a certain parts per million that celiac, sufferers can
I
have.
think that's like bugs in food. Like if you go to like giant food manufacturers, they have to let a certain percentage of like bug parts
Yummy.
Go
into
through.
food
Yeah.
manufacturing just based on volume. I'm not saying that we do that because we filter everything, right?
But yeah, there can be a certain amount
Yeah.
and it still be considered gluten-free and safe. So, it's,
Nathan's celiac too, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, well
but
get him to try that.
Yeah,
and
he
If he
does,
reacts to it, then you don't
he
drink
does not
it. I'll walk
have-
over, pick it up.
yeah, he doesn't have the same type of reaction as I would.
Okay.
But I think it would be worth a try though, because it looks really delicious.
It is really good. So everything that they make is like made with actual, like this is made with actual coffee beans.
Yeah, coffee and espresso beans.
That's fascinating.
It's a blend that's done by the Dudes Coffee Shop on Crescent Beach. Shout out
To the dudes. Ruth, you
the
should
beans
have
are
a sip.
roasted in
Yeah.
Delta, so they're locally roasted. They come into our place just sweating and oily beans.
It's so
I love
coffee-y.
sweaty
It's
beans.
Sweaty beans.
perfect.
Sweaty espresso beans is nothing like it, man.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm just like manhandling
gotta
this like
take
a.
the
You got to
tab
take
off.
that. Yeah.
Oh, she got it.
Too
She
late.
got it.
So Ruth is drinking the coffee whiskey liqueur. Going back for a second sip.
It's good. It's good.
It's good.
Cal, you've had the coffee whiskey, right?
Yeah, I think in them are like in one of your drinks I have, yeah.
Like the coffee old fashioned
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
Oh, there's the tab.
It's really good, hey?
Oh, it's good. I had like 3.
Yeah, she's been sneaking sips.
I don't think I've ever had a bad drink from Mainland. Like anything. Even the stuff that I'm kind of like, it's still really good.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Yeah,
You want
because
to try it?
I think I'm going to. Yeah.
Yay! Go for it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the little metallic
Steve likes to
things
make some
tab. I
weird
learned
ass
that the
things
hard
every
way.
once in a while, but
This is fun.
they're
We
always
need
really
to do.
good.
Right?
that's because Mitch likes to drink really weird
Yeah.
things. So Steve will make some really random drink for you guys. Nobody knows who Mitch is. Go listen to the Box Fort. That's our like originator podcast, kind of.
That's our big
You
brother.
could be our cult
You guys
leader.
are like one of our earliest regulars,
Yeah.
I would say,
Yeah,
like
we came
pre-pandemic.
in- oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
you guys all know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you struggling?
Well, we were
Yes.
lucky enough; these guys kind
Help me.
of strolled in one day. I don't know how you found us, but
Mitch's stepmom found you somehow.
Oh.
We couldn't find you guys the first time. We're like driving around. We're like, where the fuck is this place?
yeah,
Because it is
It takes
kind
some
of a
effort.
unique location, but it's an awesome location.
It
I love where it
is.
is.
Oh, sweet Lord. That's
It's
delicious.
good. I hate saying this just in case my father-in-law hears it, but it's better than his coffee moonshine.
Oh.
And we do moonshine tastings all the time.
yeah. There's definitely an art to it. I mean, you can use the same ingredients, but what I've learned is, yeah, it's how the alcohol
Process.
gets cut.
Yeah.
It's what you choose to cut out and not bottle and kind of take that hit for the sake of a nice smooth spirit.
Yeah, we cut out a lot of the heart, heads,
The
and
heads
tails.
and the tails, yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah.
tails
we bottle
make it
the
taste like
hearts,
bread.
and you get that nose burn and that throat burn. So the stuff that comes out of the still, the first stuff is the nose burn, and then you get the hearts, and then the stuff at the end is where you get that throat burn.
So warm and fuzzy.
Yeah,
Put
you could
this
dump
in
it
our
in your
coffee.
coffee. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I don't have any left.
Well, another Starbucks run.
I know, right?
So how is it working with your husband? I know it's a loaded question, but like I mean I work with Billy, but he's in the back all the time. But you and Steve have to work really close together.
Yeah, we do. It's funny. So many people are like, "Oh, like that was a bad life choice," or like, just that it's like kind of a cliche, like you got to keep your life separate.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of, okay, we're kind of like old married, like we've been together for like, I don't know, 10 years, and the idea of having our relationship a part of something that's bigger than both of us independently.
It's nice to have a goal to work towards. You guys are super
Yeah.
goal oriented. You said you like sit in bars talking about goals, life goals.
Like the first time I ever met Steve was a long time ago. I was like, I was like going through a breakup, and I met him. I started working at this place that he was working at, and I met him in the back alley. I was like getting on my bike. I was ready to leave, and the only thing I remember about the conversation is that he said to me, he's like, "We could do anything," and I was like, I don't like. That's all I remember from the conversation, and it's just stuck with me forever. That. Yeah, it's fucking true. We can do anything.
Yeah.
And ever since we met, we've been like either putting on shows or putting on art shows or
Yeah,
tell
tell us about East Van Pillow Fight Club.
yeah. So East Van Pillow Fight Club, we had like an art space in like downtown East Side, and we got it. We ended up getting it because he was in bands. He was like the lead singer of a rock and roll band called Irreverence for a long time.
Nice.
And there was like live music venue shortage in Vancouver, so we're like, we can do anything. Let's just make our own venue, no problem. And it was all because of this one gig that just got canceled at like the last minute. You rent all the gear, you rent the vehicle and everything, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, actually this is Vancouver and it's not happening anymore. We're gonna just get a DJ or something like that happened, and it just fueled us to get this space, and it all kind of fell into place. So now we had this space where we can have rehearsals and we can do like underground shows. And I'm looking at your space with your, what do you call that?
Infinity wall.
Yeah, with the infinity wall. Like we had one of those. We
Oh, I
built one of
love the
those in
infinity
there,
wall.
It's
and it
my
was just
favorite.
kind of a space for people for artists to be able to like rent by the hour or
Like a
by the
collective
month.
space. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we had this big space, and I don't know. There was a league, a pillow fight league in Toronto that I had found on the internet, and I was like, I need to move to Toronto. Like, I want to be there. And then found out that they had since disbanded. And so that's what started that. And it was, again, just like a really quick decision of like, can I start a pillow fight league? And Steve was like, yeah, like, sure.
Let's do anything.
So we kind of made our own rules, and like we made the whole rule book, and it was basically 2 girls on a 10 by 10 mat. Yeah, like kind of
Aggressively pillow fighting.
Takedowns were
Was there like
okay.
a requirement for what kind of pillow?
Yeah, so we had standardized pillows that I bought from Walmart for $6 each. But
Okay.
So
those-
they're
So
not
no-
like
no
Costco memory foam heavy ass pillows that
but
can
like,
knock
so
you out.
train with the heavy pillows. We would
Okay.
train with like couch cushions.
Oh,
to like,
yeah.
right,
It's like
to get our
flipping-
muscles
it's like tire
going.
flipping
and then you'd
almost.
go to the shows, and your pillow would feel like a feather.
And you just beat the crap out of somebody with a
kind-
pillow.
that's
You
like-
were a
You'd beat-
fighter
you'd
too,
beat
right?
I would be
crap
so
cathartic.
freaking
Yeah.
down for that.
Me too.
Yeah, it was really fun.
You were
so
a
you'd
fighter
beat the
too,
shit
right?
out of your best friends, and then
would
you'd
be
celebrate after. Yeah.
I feel like
Hold my coffee
Yes.
pillow fight league coming
I feel
soon.
like we need the 3 of us in
We're
the
gonna
ring.
wear jerseys and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could physically handle it anymore. Like, I'm almost 40 now, and like
Getting
it
hit in the
puts your
face.
body through like
Yeah.
it's hard. Yeah, like the takedowns are the worst.
So there's videos on YouTube if you look up East Van Pillow Fight Club.
Yeah,
you
I've
can
gotta
see some of this
I
stuff.
gotta look this up.
Yeah.
I do.
So you got to when you got into the club as a fighter, you got to develop your own fight personality.
So like wrestling.
That's my favorite part.
characters.
Yeah.
And we would release like a
Candy
calendar
Mountains.
every year, and you'd have your own trading cards. Is your husband on a trading card?
Yeah, we were looking through Nathan's hockey cards last night, and he found one from 1994.
Aw.
Yeah, and
So
Baby
he was like
Nathaniel.
super small.
he was like 5 or 6.
yeah, somewhere around there, and he looks exactly like our daughter, or
That's
she looks
hilarious.
exactly like him. Yeah,
Yeah, so
Um,
that's a thing when you do like league sports as a kid, like
Yeah.
baseball cards and hockey cards
Yeah,
with
we're
your
like-
face on them.
we're like, who signed over top of your face? Like somebody signed it, and I was like, did you do that? And so he asked his dad, and he was like, Trevor Linden signed that.
Wow,
Oh.
nice.
And I was like, oh, my boyfriend signed it. That's so nice.
the 2 men you love together. Back to Pillow Fight Club. Can,
Okay.
can we talk
Anyway.
about Cal randomly dating one of these girls or no?
Uh-oh. There's a story there.
Sure.
So
Sure.
So
Tell
the
us.
toughest fighter we ever had is the girl that Cal dated. I
Hello.
believe.
Unbeknownst to me, like I had no idea.
yeah, it was super random that
She
we
Or
were
just
did
came
you?
home one day with like feathers in her hair and like
Well,
weird
no, we only
bruises.
went on like I think 3 dates.
Oh, okay.
but it came up randomly at the
Yeah.
bar. He was like, I dated one of these pillow fight girls. Like, what the hell?
There was
Meow.
plenty of fish.
Okay.
hookup.
Okay. Good times.
It was
Only
just a
3 dates.
check-in.
It doesn't count.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like a blimp.
Yeah, I don't know how you classify
radar.
What? Yeah.
dating when it's only 3 dates. But
Yeah.
hooked up with Brent.
If it's under 3 months, it doesn't count.
A hookup.
did you hook up with her?
No.
Sorry, Cynthia. I'm sure this is lovely for you to listen
Oh,
to.
she doesn't give a shit.
Good.
Hi,
She's-
Cynthia.
Her numbers are higher than mine. So she doesn't give a fuck.
Whoa.
I also heard
girl.
the episode about how you guys met.
Yeah.
We'll bring it up again when she's here.
Can't wait.
Good
Story.
times. Yeah, that
Lay
is
it
a
bare.
story.
Is that a plenty of fish
No,
situation?
no,
Okay.
that's her dating my ex best friend for 10 years.
Wow.
And then Cal giving her an orgasm.
Oh, yeah.
How about we save that story? We'll save it. That's a good one. We'll save it.
This is why I don't want my mom listening to this
I'm
podcast.
pretty sure my mom
Trudy,
listens to it.
get off the podcast, okay?
It's funny how things like come around. Like I had no idea that you guys were the ones running the East Van Pillow Fight Club.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it
it's
just,
super random.
it's just one of those things. Let us know that we're all on the right track,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we're all where we're exactly where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, I love working at Mainland. It's super fun working with friends, but also like the customers are fun. Like the job is fun. We have live music there, which you can't do in COVID really, but we're outside and so we can.
Mm-hmm.
So food trucks. And
I feel like it's really awesome when you love what you do too. Like it really seeps into your work and like it's like that labor of love that you put into your business. So I think it's really
It's just like
neat.
this community, and it's kind of the same as like East Van Pillow Fight Club. So it's kind of the same mentality as like when we were in the art space, and in downtown East Side. Like it was, about like, everybody's welcome.
Yeah, it's like
you
a
got something
community.
to contribute. Like, let's do it, know?
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like that too, even though we're old, boring adults now. It's still
Trying to stay
like,
relevant.
it's still a little place to, just be who you need to be who you want to be, and make new friends and feel like you're a part of something. And,
Yeah, it's a cool community. But that's really why I kind of courted you as a friend, because I was like, this chick is so cool. She's done so many cool things, and like I didn't really know any artists, and you kind of helped me see that you could get paid to be an artist, even if you're like, I refused to say that I was an artist when I met Melanie, because I'm like, I'm not that good at really anything. And she was like, literally anybody can be an artist, and you kind of showed me how to like apply for stuff. So if you don't believe you're an artist, how is anyone else going to believe that you're an artist, right? Yeah, but you can just be an artist.
Snap clap.
You can just be an artist by going online and like applying for jobs. Like if you go on the City of Surrey website, there's like community art projects that you can apply for. You just have to know kind of where to look, which is something that people who are starting out probably wouldn't know where to look. But you went to art school too, right?
Yeah, I went to art school. I went to Emily Carr. That's kind of how I ended up in BC.
Because you're a Berta girl.
I was a Berta girl. I was a nanny, and I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Where are you from?
St. Albert.
I have no idea where that is. Near Edmonton?
Just north. Like it's all connected now. It's all connected now. It's like Burnaby to Vancouver is St. Albert to Edmonton.
Okay.
So I think I was in Edmonton when I was nannying, and I was like, I remember I put the baby to sleep, and I would work on my application to go to Emily Carr to like submit a whole bunch of work, and flew out and like got in, and that was my ticket out.
That's
and
amazing.
Never went back.
We lived in Sylvan Lake.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Love Sylvan Lake.
Yeah, it's really
Love that.
cute.
You lived there?
We lived there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nathan was an oil field guy?
Yeah. Yeah. He
I
was
think
in
I
the
thought
oil
that
field.
was the ocean when I was a kid.
It's basically like the watering hole of Alberta. So yeah, it's like it kind of is like the little summer town, but I loved being a little local there. It was fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we loved it, but
Do you remember when, like, not when I was really young, but maybe when I was like a teenager, there started being like those seasons where the whole lake was covered in crickets.
Ew,
What?
No.
The whole lake was covered in crickets.
Sounds disgusting.
What's kind of scary is there was a lot of spiders, apparently. We never really got them at our place, but there were a lot of like wolf
It's just like
spiders.
spider country in Alberta.
Because
that also
lake
sounds
town.
disgusting.
Yeah, no thank you.
But yeah, it was fun while it lasted, but circumstances also brought us here. So
You kind of lived there as an adult though, right?
we
You didn't
did.
grow
Yeah,
up
no,
there.
I didn't grow up
She's
there.
an island
Yeah.
girl.
I'm from the island, but
From the island. See, it's hard to go west to east. It's not.
I actually loved it, to be honest. I would move back in a heartbeat. I don't know why I loved it, but I think it was just the beautiful blue skies and
It's
the
your
rolling
commune
fields
dream.
the
and-
8 months
yeah.
of winter.
yeah, exactly.
It
I actually
snowed
don't
in
mind that.
Edmonton yesterday. It snowed in
Oh.
Edmonton yesterday.
Did you guys see the
hailed
hail
here.
yesterday?
I
don't
didn't
think
see
it
the
happened.
hail.
It woke me up
Easy.
from my nap.
In Guildford, it was like pea-size hail.
I've
like,
never seen it hail that much.
aggressively for
like-
like 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
It was
Where
crazy.
the hell was I?
You were at Mainland. I messaged Billy. I'm like, is it hailing? No.
It wasn't, yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, yeah,
From
with
what
blue
I
sky.
remember.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's Alberta weather. Where
Yeah.
like it's like hailing across the street and you're
Yeah, that's Chinooks.
Every night,
Is that what it's
thunderstorms. Yeah.
Because I did live in Calgary for a while, but nothing I can remember. We moved here when I was 4, but
Right.
I remember the weather. Like in the summer, you'd be like at the park because we'd go back every summer and it would just start raining.
Yeah.
And then it would stop raining and be sunny again.
No, like
and you're like, what the fuck?
aggressively
Yes.
raining.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not just a
aggressively.
little bit.
Like a monsoon. Yeah. Yeah.
we're in like a little bubble here, so it's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We should talk about where
rainy.
Hattie goes to school. Not specifically where she goes to school, but she goes to outdoor school.
yeah, it's like an outdoor education program.
That sounds
like
really
Play
cool.
based. Play based.
Yeah, yeah. This is our last year going to outdoor school.
Yeah, so she's in grade 2.
Yeah, she's in grade 2.
That
She's gonna
sounds
go.
amazing.
She's gonna go to a regular school next year.
Ooh.
She's excited to have a desk.
So they don't have desks. They spend like 80% of the time outside.
I think it's like 60% of the times outside. All the curriculum is related to outdoor.
Okay.
So they have like, I think they have like a medicine garden, and they have their
pretty
own
cute.
little like swamp that the faculty
Social bring
built,
lots of
and-
skills to the commune.
Right?
Yeah, she can identify a lot of different kinds of
Be
moss.
the medicine man.
A lot of different kinds of moss. These are important things to know.
Mm-hmm.
But like outdoor school's been good for her, you think?
I think, kindergarten, grade 1, it was amazing for her. Kind of that transition from like preschool to regular school. And during the pandemic, it's been amazing. There's been like 0 cases at her school.
Okay.
One, because it's tiny, but also probably because they're outside, even in the winter.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're so resilient. They're not cold. They're not.
Yeah, kids
They can
don't
just be
care.
wet all day and be like, oh, yeah, you're right. I'm soaking wet.
Just not even know.
Yeah, I'm enjoying myself.
They
Still.
can handle it. They can handle it. I'll be excited though next year to not deal with the mud every day after
Oh yeah,
school.
I bet.
Just
Did you ever have a muddy buddy, Candace? Or
yeah.
yeah, you have
Oh,
one
yeah.
for outdoor school, but did you ever have muddy buddies?
Mm-hmm.
My-
My kids both.
It's
had
like
muddy
a
buddies.
full body windbreaker that like tucks into your boots and is tight around the wrists, and then you just like send your kid outside.
It just sounds like a giant body condom. I've not had one of those.
No, they're great. And then when they get older, so Hattie grew out of her muddy buddy, and now she has a newt suit,
a newt
suit.
which is exactly the same, but it's for big kids. Because
Oh.
muddy buddies are lame when you hit
Okay.
Yeah.
6, 7 years old. You're like,
Who knew there were outdoor brands that you needed to be snobby about when you're 7?
I know. And now she gets teased about the newt suit.
I've never even heard of this. No, I didn't. I never had muddy buddies. My kids were never super muddy, but I feel like they weren't huge when our kids were little. Like when Maddie was little.
Oh, we had them. Oh, when Maddie was
little.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maddie missed out on it.
Yeah, Zach had it. He was just super, super active all the time, always wanting to go. So I could never keep him in the same spot.
Yeah, Maddie likes to go make messes.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Same
She
with
doesn't
Zach.
want to be the mess.
No, she doesn't want to be outside doing things unless it's like making a mess or a potion or
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
Speaking of potions, yeah, I remember making potions.
Right?
I remember making potions when I was a kid. And actually, this is a tie-in to Mainland.
Okay.
So I have these awesome memories of spending the summer at my grandparents' house, and the Alberta roses, like the wild roses that would bloom, and picking them and having that smell on your hands, and the thorns prickling you and having like an allergic reaction to it on your
That
hands.
part doesn't
just
sound
like-
too
just that-
pleasant.
Yeah. Well, just the smell and the memory
The
of
visceral memories of
and
them.
I'm so lucky I still get to do that. So I was just actually picking wild roses, the first of the season,
Okay.
just this week, because we're going to make whiskey with it. And
Cool.
It's incredibly popular.
such a good
People ask
memory.
all year about this whiskey, and it's like we literally forage. Like we went on a camping trip last year to forage rose petals because everything you have to get them. Like you can buy them.
no, if you can, maybe send me an email if
Yeah.
you can. But
I think they sell rose petals, but it's not like those wild roses that
Yeah.
actually
That are really
have-
I think
fragrant.
they're dried too. Most of the ones that you can get.
Okay.
Can't you? Yeah, because I know my wife bought up a lot of dried rose petals for stuff
Okay.
that she did, but it's hard. We have a rose bush in our house that she gets some wild ones from, but
Oh yeah, are they the pink ones?
the red, yeah, I like reddy pink.
Okay.
My mom used to sell them at her flower shop.
Like, do you know which ones
Rose
we're talking
petals.
about? It's like 5.
there's 5 petals.
There's only
on
5
them.
petals.
Oh,
It's
okay,
not a really
no.
fancy one.
No, we had a couple of rose bushes at
Yeah.
our house when I was growing up. But
Yeah, I love roses. I have them too, but they're not as good to eat. These wild roses, like the flavor.
Their flavor and
they're
fragrance.
sweet and really fragrant.
Fragrant.
Fueguent. They're fueguent.
Fucking everybody on me for that. Jesus Christ. So sorry about
Okay,
that.
Blandy.
All right, well,
All right, if that's the way
fuck
it's
y'all.
gonna be.
Where's the change jar? It didn't come this time.
Sorry, I'm typically on my best behavior when we have guests.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
You are. You're
You
very
are.
silent over there.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think she talked more this episode.
Yeah, I think you
a
did.
little
I feel
bit.
like you were in.
Because she had a couple sips of the.
I know, and now she's
Coffee
in the
whiskey.
zone.
Well, like my
Hold
freaking
my
Starbucks
coffee.
drink is like pure sugar.
Oh,
that
really?
doesn't look
So-
like coffee.
So I only
No.
had 2 sips, but so far so good.
Oh, good.
So if I was gonna have a reaction, it would have been by now.
really?
Okay.
So that's good.
So you can have the whole bottle to yourself and be like,
Yeah,
sorry,
that's
Nathan.
yeah.
I mean,
Ruth
really,
got to it.
I need to feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah, Billy sent me a long explanation this morning about
Yeah.
how gluten is probably not in the drink because of the distillation process because he never
Thank you,
stops
Billy.
Drop
talking
some of
about
that
it.
in there, please.
I really
Do you want a Ruth
appreciate
serving
it.
Cal needs
or
some too.
can you pass?
I can't get this open.
Look,
You
you've
can't
you've
get
got
it
a.
open.
Cal's
need-
got an ice cap.
Do you
That's
want a Ruth
perfect.
serving or something normal?
Ruth. We'll go Ruth.
serving?
Yeah, we do a lot of drink tastings at Mainland, and
can
it's
get
like
this plastic
a
off.
lot of drinks at 11
Keep in mind,
o'clock
a
in the
Ruth
morning.
serving is a little aggressive
We're
because
like,
I've drank
hey.
a whole bottle of absinthe to myself.
Ooh,
So
When?
That's good. That's
for
Just
Halloween,
early- Oh, okay.
just for
sorry.
shits and giggles. Here you go.
You'll feel great. You'll feel great.
Tell me how you enjoy that Ruth serving.
Yeah, that's perfect. My coffee's full again. There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
Oh, I'm the only one not drinking.
Salud.
Salu, chin
good
chin,
God, that's
jump
good.
it in.
Guys.
iced coffee. Oh my god.
Iced
I
coffee
bet.
with
So
That,
good.
yeah.
yeah. It tastes just like a cup of coffee, but
It really does, but it's
really
got
good.
a little kick to it.
just a little warm Irish
Yeah.
coffee.
A little warm tummy.
Oh my God!
after.
Speaking of Irish, so I discovered this thing
Speaking of Irish.
on the okay. So I watched this comedian streamer, and yesterday, Irish callouts.
Irish callouts.
Yes, like
Okay.
you remember the show My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so specifically Irish travelers. They do these call out videos. Like, for example, I would call you out, Candace, and be like, just, cussing you out in this video. And then you would either respond or we would just go have our
Clap
fight.
back.
Yeah, clap back. And it's this whole thing. And I'm now obsessed with it. These Irish call out videos. And there's like 2 main families that are constantly posting call out videos. And one of the families was on My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding, the original UK version.
Okay, I loved that show.
It was the best.
fucking out of
That
control.
was out of control. Yeah.
That was like, you remember the dad, Paddy Doherty? He was like, he had like a
maybe.
really nice house and a trailer on the side, and his wife, she's like super sweet. And one episode, he's just like, "Come to me, woman," and she's like, "Yeah, my autism's really out right now because I saw that episode once, like 8 years ago."
Yeah, those were baby years when I was watching those with like Maddie when she was like too small to watch TV. I'd watch a lot of TLC.
Are you looking up Irish call out videos now?
Is it
going to
like,
be.
is it something you do because you love the person or because you
wanna fuck 'em up.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, no Irish
Scottish
callouts.
ones.
I feel like you'd
Probably.
be really good at this, Ruth.
So funny.
I kind of want to do I just want to make one for shits and giggles.
You're just a shit starter.
You
I
are.
am.
So
Who would you call out? Would you call me out?
Maybe just for fun.
Okay.
Because I feel like you would respond in the funniest way imaginable.
Yeah.
I'm
Call out Mitch on the box for it.
Oh, yeah, I'll make
yes.
one. I'll post it on our Instagram. No context whatsoever. And then when this episode goes live, I'll post this clip, this sound clip with the video.
I don't know.
And then you just got to clap back.
Maybe you should
right?
call out Cal because they mentioned me on the Box Forward podcast and you said Brandy who?
Brandy
More than
who?
one brandy.
Oh, shut up. You
There's
do
a window.
not.
Get out.
I'm the only one.
Well, you listened to that episode really quick, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm a loser. I love podcasts.
Just one of your 18
Yesterday.
followers.
There's the door.
There's the door, bitch.
Oh, that's our
I
next reel.
corrected myself quickly.
You know more than one Brandy?
She is the Brandy.
Do you?
Not as cool as you, but I
Well,
do remember one
obviously.
brandy.
That's a good save.
I know, like, I know of a few Brandys, but like, there's no Brandy.
I don't know any
no-
with a Y. I know brandy with it. I think I know 2 brandies with an I.
Yeah, that's the stripper spelling.
Yeah. I was going to say, where do they work?
Sorry, Brandy.
Brandy and Candy.
Candy Mountains.
That's
Good
my
stuff.
my pillow fighting name.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Pillow fight
okay.
league.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
I mentioned last time that I watched Sons of Anarchy, and you people are looking at me like I'm crazy, but you recently watched Sons of Anarchy, didn't you?
Yeah.
She's a guest, so we'll be nice.
Yeah. It's total just like
It's binge worthy, right?
binge worthy, guilty pleasure esque.
Yeah, like mindless kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
And the mom from Married with Children. is in it.
yeah.
Like,
and
Badass too.
Charlie Hunnam isn't bad to look at, right? Right.
I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
But then, after we had that podcast, Candace went home and started binging.
The Walking Dead.
What the fuck?
I know, right? I was like, me? What?
And you're super into it, hey?
I am, but I fast forward through like a lot of like the zombie parts where like they
Okay.
get their face smashed in.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the storyline, but I don't really like all the gory.
Oh,
You know,
is that-
I haven't seen the show, but I do appreciate their makeup department and how, like, if you look at a zombie from the first episode
Yeah.
to a zombie in, I don't know if the show's still
9.
going.
Yeah.
It
so
is.
like the most recent zombie, you can actually see that is deteriorating and decomposing and everything. And I appreciate that about the makeup department.
Okay.
Yeah,
Continuity is there.
I watch a lot of, like, I try to check out the makeup, and you can see that they spent a lot of time on some of them and then, like, way less time on others.
Yeah, like background artists,
Yeah.
you see the edges.
Yeah.
You see that it's not color matched; it's fresh out of the bag, glued on.
I was laughing so hard last night because I'm like, Nathan, can you imagine like one of these, extras telling their family, "Oh, I was a zombie in The Walking Dead. Look, there's me. My head's getting smashed in. Look, like I
It's
got shot in
gory.
the head."
It gets more gory too as
Oh,
they go on. It becomes
great.
more like the comic book because it was a comic book, right?
It was a comic
so
book.
it gets more comic booky, like in 8, 9. I think it's
I
the
feel like
10th
there's
season
like
now.
just perpetual bad guys. Like perpetual villains, like the zombies or the walkers or whatever are the villains.
Would
but
I
then
be a
there's-
villain? Because I already said I was going to be the Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, you would be. You would probably be if you got your crossbow and you're shooting all the little kids, then you are definitely the villain.
Only if they're infected. But
Yeah,
if
zombie
Kingsley
kid.
comes
Yeah.
up to me, she's like, oh. If she comes up to me, she's like, oh my God, Ruth, finally a safe adult.
You're not gonna
and
murder
she's
just
not
regular
infected, I'll
children?
be like, yeah, cool, you can hang with me.
Okay.
But if she's infected or even a scratch, I know
You're
you love
gone.
your kid, but I'm right between the eyes.
So do we
Like,
do we have any
savage.
other shows on Netflix that we can watch?
Alone.
Alone?
Watched Alone.
Is it a
Okay.
TV show or a
Oh,
movie?
maybe it's an Amazon.
I also have.
I have Amazon
I have
Prime.
Amazon.
Is it a TV show?
No, it's like a reality show.
Oh, I like
Oh.
that.
I know, I'd probably
Is that
watch
where
it.
they get dropped off in the forest?
Yeah.
yes.
They get
I'd
dropped
watch
off in the
that.
forest. They get
Survival.
like whatever, certain provisions. I don't know exactly. And then it's just like, you just wait. And like the last, and you can tap out anytime.
So it's like
You know.
Survivor, but like actually surviving without challenges and stuff.
Is
I would love to do that.
Is anybody like?
I
a-
would
Just imagine me in the
not. The
woods,
whole
just like
time I
flailing my
watch it.
arms, like do.
The whole time I watch it, I'm just like, I would never. Like,
Is
I would-
anybody
I
like a
could never.
giant weenie and just taps out right away?
No, they're all really hardcore.
They're all hardcore.
survivalists.
Okay,
Okay.
maybe I wouldn't
It's not
last
like
10
you
minutes.
have
Throwing
to-
like
Candace
the first
and Ruth
night,
there.
I'd be like, fuck.
They all. It's basically
Take
just
me to the hotel now. I
who
need a
can
nice
who
warm
can
bed.
withstand starvation the longest.
Aye.
That's
Aye.
I'd be out after 25 minutes. I turn into such a bitch without snacks.
I need my snacks.
Great.
they eat mice.
Oh,
and
I
they
do
have
that. I
One
would.
guy ate tree bark for like 4 weeks and had to tap out because it like destroyed his.
Well, that's a lot of fiber,
Intestines.
first of all. That's going to not just destroy your stomach, but your asshole.
Yep.
Yes, that was, and it was the asshole that got it. It couldn't. That's what was the nail
All
in the
that
coffin.
fiber.
Asshole.
Too much fiber. I think he read something about the indigenous people in that area like thousands of years ago, and all they ate was tree bark. He's like, I got this. I don't need to hunt.
Gave him the poops.
I don't need to try to
I say like
fish."
I
He
feel like
just
that's
ate
something that local
nonstop.
indigenous group said to fuck with people.
Yeah.
Because I would totally say that.
Like, it really gives you the runs.
Evolution has
Yeah.
made
Yeah.
it so that we no longer can digest tree bark because
Yeah.
we don't eat
Because
it
we've eaten too
anymore.
much gluten.
Yeah.
Does this tree bark have gluten?
But yeah, Steve and I watched that that's our like unwind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're like, why do we like this so much?
Yeah.
Why is this so
up.
satisfying?
Me and Billy watched Jeopardy.
Oh, that's nice.
A lot of Jeopardy.
That's That's more productive.
That's a good
You're
show
not
for
just
me. That's my
watching people
crack.
starve.
I'm just a bragger, though. I want to play because Billy is smart. Like, he's smarter than me. He's like book smart. He actually got good grades in school and is like good at math and science. But sorry, Billy, I kick your ass at Jeopardy every time.
That's
I'm pretty
amazing.
okay at Jeopardy.
You know,
Yeah.
I was gonna say the random fact queen.
Yeah.
Like, what were you telling us about today? When we
Oh, that
first
you can
got
get
here?
braces for dogs. It just randomly came up in conversation. Okay, it didn't come up at all,
Get
but
their
I
dog
worked it in.
braces. Like, and who cares? But you do.
How would that work?
Yeah, that's what I don't get.
Take them to the vet and they
no,
get
okay.
like
Take them to the orthodontist vet.
This is only in Hollywood. This is only for
Why?
Hollywood dogs.
Why would you get your
Oh, if your dog
Why?
has a really bad overbite or underbite and they can't function or eat properly, then they get braces to readjust everything
So
and
it's
like
like a
fix the
surgical
jaw.
thing. It's
Yeah.
not an appearance thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I just want my dog to have straight teeth.
They have Invisalign for dog.
Put in your retainer.
I feel like that would not go well.
I spent a lot of money on this. Wear your damn retainer.
Right? Just imagine a little bulldog with retainers. Just like,
I don't know if dog retainers is going to come up on Jeopardy.
you never know.
We might have to watch a couple Netflix episodes together to see who's.
I have Jeopardy on my
nerdier?
Switch.
You have Jeopardy on your Switch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have my Switch
I
with me
feel
in
like-
case anyone wants to play.
I feel like I get a lot of answers right, but I also get a lot of answers wrong. Like if you were actually tallying my score, I'd probably lose because a lot of it is guessing, but I still know a lot of random shit.
How do you do
I'm
it with
still-
Final Jeopardy? Like, do you ever know Final Jeopardy?
So like I get it maybe 1 out of 10 times.
That's amazing.
A lot of
that
it
is
is like
amazing.
I always second guess
Geography.
myself and then I'm like, no, that can't be right. And then I pick something else. And I was right the first time.
Yes.
Oh, geography is bad. For
I love
me.
geography.
Well, a lot of it is American history too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't fucking know American history. I tried to apply online for Jeopardy.
Wow.
And you can take a quiz to see like if you're even smart enough. But it's a lot of literature. There's authors and geography.
Fuck
and-
that.
But if it's like random facts or baking or pop culture or
Music.
Then we're
lyrics.
your girls.
I'm pretty good at guessing too. Sometimes
Yeah.
Billy's like, how the fuck did you know that? And I'm like, I do not. It just kind of read some context and then made a really good guess.
I'm also really good at Trivial Pursuit.
See,
I've never played that.
For me, it's like I'm watching a show and I'm really good at guessing the outcome or like who the bad guy is or whatever.
Okay.
And even if it's not very obvious, I'm like, I'm feeling an instinct here.
She's gonna die.
It's the husband.
And Nathan's like, how do you do that? And I'm like, I don't know.
You're like, I should
just
be a
do.
writer,
Yeah,
obviously.
don't lie to me. I know. I know.
I would love to be on Rock and Roll Jeopardy. I wish Rock and Roll
yeah.
Jeopardy was still a thing.
Yeah, so that was at the end of the Box Fort podcast, or in my podcast that I was on with. Sorry, in the Box Fort that I was on, Mitch said something about Rock and Roll Jeopardy, and I had no idea what he was talking about.
I've never
And I
heard
was
of it before.
screaming at my phone.
Melanie came up to me the next day and she's like, "It was Rock and Roll Jeopardy. How do you not know this?" I've never.
I'm really
heard
tempted
of
to
it.
bring up the clip on my phone.
Of the Box Fort.
Yeah.
I don't know what part of the episode
Okay,
it
never
is. That
mind.
sounds like a big.
It's
to
not a
do.
clip. It's a.
It's a segment.
It's a
the whole-
segment.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Are we going to do a collab with Boxfort?
Could.
Yeah, I think we should.
I need to get more microphones. But
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Yeah, we need what, 2 more? No.
Yeah.
1 more.
No, actually, we'd be all right if there's 3 of you and then me and Mitch.
Yeah, we could do
But
that.
then it needs to be even, 3 on 3.
Yeah, where's
Or
Tyler?
Three on
yeah.
three.
So then we need 1 more.
Tyler's
Yeah.
always busy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with his Twitch.
All right,
What?
let's wrap this up.
Twitch.
So that was a fun episode.
It was. It was lots of fun.
1 second.
Oh,
hold
Rick has
on.
an
Hold up.
automaton.
I just
Also,
remembered my cue.
we should say that we're putting these on YouTube now.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to watch us
We'll see your
instead of just
faces.
listen to us, you can find us on YouTube. I don't know exactly how to find us. I just searched "Hold My Coffee."
Just type in "Hold My Coffee."
Yeah.
I think it's Hold My Coffee podcast.
I also
So you know what's funny? I typed in "Hold My Coffee" podcast. It didn't come up.
yeah, right. That's right.
And
Yeah,
then
it
type in "Hold
didn't.
My Coffee" and it comes up.
Yeah. So.
I
Yes.
don't know why.
also if you go on the link in our bio on Instagram,
Oh yeah.
the toggle thingy pops up
Link
and
tree.
Linktree.
Linktree. Yes, that's what the kids are calling it.
All right. So Ruth is gonna play her automaton.
Okay.
Wait for it.
Is this the theme song?
No. I try.
Maybe
Let's
it
see how
is.
far I get in a song.
Okay.
But also, you guys got to guess what song it is.
Oh, okay. Cool. Rock and Roll Jeopardy.
See, I messed it up.
Okay, do it again.
Yeah. No, I have no idea what that is.
Nope.
No, see, that's the mess up.
White Stripes song.
Stop.
Yes. Seven Nation Army.
Yes. So good.
Play it again.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Totally.
Nice.
Okay, Ruth.
All
that was
right.
so good.
That was fun.
Drunk cherry.
I need to play the whole. I need to learn the entire song.
All right.
Where's
Talk
your
to you next week. I don't know. Melanie.
Where's
wants
your
this.
sign?
Where's my sign? Okay.
Hold your sign. Show it. Show
We're
it to
a
the
mess
peeps.
today, guys. We are extremely sorry.
We're new
Yes.
at being on camera.
Oh,
All right.
Very new.
follow us on Facebook, holdmycoffee.pod, and Instagram, Hold My Coffee Podcast.
No, holdmycoffee.pod.
.pod. And then
Whatever.
Facebook, Hold My Coffee
Everybody
Podcast.
already
It's in the link
follows
tree.
us.
It's
Yeah,
all-
it's in,
Yeah, it's in the link
It's
tree.
in that thing on the social media.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Hold My Coffee with Brandy, Candace, and Ruth, an all-in-one production.